Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Pokelily from CZT Eva Wu. This is just so adorable, so sweet. Oh, and one of those, it's not so hard. And I think I'm going to dare say it's a forgiving as well. All right, this starts off with a sort of curved line like so. Not real tall because you have stuff that's going to go up here, right? All right. Then the next is you could think of it as an two S shapes, or it's a bump. That's what I'm going to call it. It's a bump. Here's why I'm saying that. So we're going to start this way at the base, and it's kind of an S shape if you're looking at it like that, and then it comes back to sort of an S shape, but it then looks like a bump at the same time. So there we go. Uh, all right. So once you have that in, then from that tip where we just ended, we're gonna make it's gonna look almost like a big six, that like number six sort of, or we do this a lot, but the other direction in things. But so if you just want to watch, and we're going to, let's see, we'll just watch. You can make this as fat as you want, and come down, and then come up and touch the tip of that very first line. Now this one, I notice because I have this tendency when I do something like this to like continue into the spiral. This one, just stop it right there, because this next stroke, it's a big elongated C shape, but we're gonna touch that with it. So like so. I could have put a little bit of curve in there, but I didn't. Then let's see. Yes, last step is coming from here. And this is of course your choice, but coming down with a curved line. I probably should have done it like this. It would have felt a lot more natural, but I didn't. So there we go. It's okay. Actually, I do want to have this touch. There we go. And that is it. It's amazing. I'm thinking, I should. Hmm. There are some tangles like this. One called Zen Bud. There's some other ones that are not a whole lot of steps and just look so neat. Um, anyway, the ones that you go, oh, I wouldn't have thought that it would be that easy type of thing. Now, one of the things that I liked, it's not necessarily a step, but from here it's decorate and shade, and so I do like in Eva's sample that she did some rounding. My brain, the words. Wait, let me not crack myself up too bad, okay? Because some days it's hard to tangle and crack up at the same time. So where things kind of come together, and you can just do it as you feel the need to. Just a little. As I love how Rick and Maria and gang, they excuse me, they say, oh, we're going to give this a little love, and it's true. Let's do a little here. And I find the trick on this is actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring this down a little bit. This you can use this kind of as course correcting too, because I wanted to have that be more of an angle. And so, well, if I was going to round it, I can change that direction. One thing that you could decide is, well, I'm just going to do it on the tighter angles. That's a thought. It's one of those. It just doesn't matter. It's all good. I like it. All right. Super neat tangle. Now, if you were going to shade this, if we were going to shade this, here's what I would do. Here's what I'm going to do. First off, because this kind of loops around, then I'm going to put some shading here because this, it's like tucking underneath there, right? Ooh, I have a lot on here. And, well, let's see what's left on here. And then here too, because it seems like it wraps around. So let's just put some here. I'm using what's left on my tortillon because, especially in tight places, I should know better. I should know to at least see what's there. But having it a little darker there is fine. I just want to bring it out so I don't see that line. There we go. And the top is screaming for something. So, how about, let's do this. Just there. This is one that would be so neat to do with the chalk pencils. You can do it with anything. I think the chalk pencils are neat if you just use them like you would the graphite. So not for coloring. Oh, let me just take a look. Yeah, we need to have something. Ooh, but wait. You know what? Let's do this. Just something right here. Maybe something at the edge. Oh, I feel like I'm doing art for a minute. Whoa. Promise I won't make it too much like art. For those that don't know me well, I am not the artist. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's put a little bit here. And, no training, no, mom is the artist. I am not, can't draw a stick figure to save my life, but I can do Zentangle. That's why I get, I should remember, but that just means, you should listen to more than one video. When I get on my little soapbox, that's why. And I get rather passionate about, giving it a chance, giving it a try, and don't give up because I'm not an artist. And that's also why this it always floors me. It never, like I always say, it never gets old, and that's why, because it's like, oh, how cool. I'm thinking, should you do that on the other side? Would that be too much? Because you know how sometimes zillies do that. It's telling me. Going light. Sorry. It's just so very thrilling. You have no idea. Wow. Okay. And that's why I say if I can do this, anybody can do this. And it is so true. We have to have something down here though, don't we? Let's do some, I'm going to say on both sides. And if you have just started listening, that's why I do have to repeat myself every so often with things like this, because if you don't know, then you're like, oh, then you don't know. That's just all there is to it. But that's why I get so thrilled. Okay, that looks neat. And notice, so I went darker here because you don't want to have the graphite remorse, right? And then doing it on both sides. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. But anyway, yeah, I just, I should remember every once in a while just to say, because if you don't know, you don't know. And and just keep looking at it and just say, what if it's not feeling right? It's like, well, what else does it need? Oh, I don't know. And I was just like looking. It's like, well, one of the things that, okay, so this is just funny, and it's kind of like a lot of Zentangle. We say, oh, do this, don't do this, don't do that. No erasers, no this, no that. But at the same time, and if you follow the method, no, black, white, shades of gray. But of course, you can add color and you can do whatever you want. There's reasons in the methodology that we do that, and it's for the meditative aspect. But just having fun doing this, you can do whatever you want, of course. Um, and so, one of the things that we talk about is that with shading, it's not about light source. We don't. It's not like, oh well, imagine this. We don't delve into that. But at the same time, if you can kind of sort of think that way, it's just like, what's it missing? Well, let's see. And you hear me say, and I had just did, well, let's see, this is kind of tucked under there. Oh, so let's do something there. And then I have to, because it's calling me to do something. I'm going to do a line dot dot in there because I love the line dot dot. And this is also tucking in here. That's just sticking out there all bold and stuff. It needs a little something, otherwise. There, that helped. That helped. Oh, so neat. But anyway, so if you can sometimes think that way, if it's not looking right, just kind of think, well, where does it seem just too bare? Or where do I want it to bend? Or where is it naturally going? Like, that's why I always point out, where it seems to be tucking, something is folded over, something's tucked in under something else, then put some graphite there and go with it. But do it in stages. That's how I learn and absorb these things. It's like, oh well, okay, I'll just try this. Oh, look it, that worked. And then do a little something else. And then you add that to your repertoire in your head, your shading repertoire of things to try. And there's no such thing as a mistake, right? Oh, very cool. And I'm going to add some rounding up at this tip just because it's feeling like it needs a little something. All right, there we go. How fun is that? And if you want to go real fancy, you could just, do a little drop shadowy thing. All right. All right, enough fun. I am enamored with this one. All right. If you enjoyed it, and I hope you did, please click the like button. And if you have not yet done so, would love to have you be a subscriber to the site. So go ahead and click the subscribe button. In the description section, you will find links to the step outs. I always do my own version and then link to the creator of the Tangle. And then below that, ways to connect with me. Let me mention first, if you'd like to hang out with a bunch of crazy Tangle addicts, come and join us if you happen to be on Facebook, come join us on our private Facebook page, it's a group, I'm sorry. There are 3 questions to gain entry for membership, so there's that. I do have a link to my page on Facebook, so if you want to follow me there, when I post either place, when I post classes, then you know how Facebook works. You hopefully see it in your notifications. On my website, which there's a link, if you're interested in classes, you'll see the ones that I do, and then also other ways to follow me. I do post them other places, and at some point I'll get around to putting them on my own blog. On my blog, which you can sign up there also, I do a daily Tangle, and then when I have recaps from the classes, I send those out there. And like I said, eventually I'll get to remembering, oh, I should really do that. That they're posted on my own site. That needed more than that. Okay, now I'm done. All right. Thanks so much for watching and listening. And with that, I wish you happy tangling.